I want you to think about your profession or whatever interests you as I talk about influencing the world. Unfortunately, being Armenian means that there aren't that many of us, so we cannot afford to fail. Success is our only option. We're not China, we're not India. We can't afford to say, oh, this year 10 million Armenians failed, didn't accomplish anything. Oh, well, it'll be okay. There's a billion more to go. No, we don't have that luxury. We can't fail. There's no choice. So, what do? We need influence everywhere, everywhere, on a government level, media, corporate structures, even arts and culture, everywhere. Look at some of the examples. Look at Kim Kardashian, third generation Armenian, still spreading information, still fighting for the cause, donating heavily. Look at Araxia Karapetyan, who's using her platform to spread this information to the general public. That's huge. That's huge. Eric Hakopian, who is using his geopolitical knowledge to educate Armenians, especially the youth. Fred, Goliath, constantly sharing stuff, constantly telling people to get involved, be involved with the cause. Even one of my personal attorney friends, Chris, who's doing everything in his power to make sure that that old man being kicked in that Instagram video never gets kicked again. So we're never in such a weak position again. We're using every single person we can in every avenue. We're using all we've got. Now, the most important influence we can have is the political one. We have to get into the political structure. Imagine this. Imagine if Adam Schiff, who's very pro-Armenia, sure, but imagine if Adam Schiff wasn't just using beautiful, eloquent words to get a certain demographic to vote for him, but imagine if he was Armenian himself. Imagine if he was personally vested for our cause. Now multiply that by 100, multiply that by 1,000. This is what we need to inject into the next generation of Armenians growing up. And we have to inject it every single day. Councilmen, congressmen, mayors, governors, senators, if not more. We need to deeply penetrate the political structure of the United States. Why the United States? Because it has the most influence all across the world. But it's not just for the United States. It's everywhere, all across the world. Any Armenian in the next 20 to 30 years needs to be more interested in these subjects, get more involved with these topics, and penetrate that political system. If you want a prime example of this, look at Israel. Israel doesn't have that much to offer either. But because they have the right influences in the right places, their voice is heard. They have the perfect alliances set up and have the right influence in the right places. Like, for example, I was in a recent Israeli forum where they were discussing the war between Armenia and Azerbaijan. And of course, this war didn't impact them directly on an individual level, but the amount of knowledge they had, the educated opinions they had on the matter. You know, is Israel worth being involved? We're selling weapons to Azerbaijan. What does that mean? What are the consequences of that? What could this mean 10 years from now? The amount of knowledge they had on the subjects and the way they were discussing this was mind-boggling to me. And it wasn't even their war. And I didn't see any Israeli flags and fists and comments like this. And of course, I love that too. I love seeing the pride too. I love it. But it's time to go to the next level. The next generation needs to be sitting on the decision-making tables. They need to deeply infiltrate the system because there's no other choice. That's the only way we can make a difference and our voices be truly heard. So, to the next generation of Armenians, start by voting today, but become the vote for tomorrow. You can be the voice for Armenia. Thank you.